Evening, I'm Adam Powell. It's a sad sight that's becoming increasingly common in our towns and city centres. Tents put up near busy roads and car parks, clear evidence of the scale of homelessness. Now, one Teesside charity has been given more than £500,000 from the local council to provide targeted support to those sleeping rough. Stuart Wincup reports from Middlesbrough.
This is home for some, as the rain falls and the cold wind picks up. Next to the railway line, across the road from the police headquarters, this is how Paul lived.
I have to be honest, it's mental torture, man. I was always on guard, thinking something's going to happen because of the way I lived. And it was, it's scary, man.
Paul became homeless after his relationship ended. His family tried to help him, but he says he was controlled by his drug addiction, and he found himself sleeping on the streets. This charity recently received over £500,000 from Middlesbrough Council to support people experiencing homelessness. While the vast majority stay in hostels, temporary accommodation or on friends' sofas, there are still believed to be dozens of people in the town sleeping rough.
If we go back to maybe a couple of years ago, I think I would probably know the majority of people who were maybe finding themselves sleeping on the streets. More recently, there's been quite a big change and there's lots of new faces coming in. Very, very complex. I think it can be traced right back to sort of childhood trauma, and then it can form in sort of relationship breakdowns, financial troubles, people can lose their jobs, spiral into, like we said, addiction.
Paul has turned his life around and now supports other people who are in the same position as he was, sleeping on the streets.
My mate always says to me, you always had eyes and don't come next to me. Stay away and all that. But that's not the case today, you know what I mean? I live my absolute best life. I love my job and I love what Paul do as a service, especially when we put someone in a flat who's never going to be housed by someone else. It's great, man.
Charity says sleeping on the streets like this can be life-threatening, especially as it gets colder. Stuart Wincup, BBC Look North, Middlesbrough.
A Carlisle businessman says he's lost thousands of pounds of revenue after an arson attack above his shop. Arsonist James McGlinchey was jailed for 6 years at Carlisle Crown Court today. The court heard he was facing eviction from the property on Denton Street and intended to take his own life in the fire. Neighbours had to be evacuated and the dental business underneath the flat had to relocate.
£75,000 in all. A lot of the materials were destroyed. The dental chair, I think that is destroyed. Everything, basically, we've had to start from scratch. So it's just been really difficult. It's been a really tough time.
As South Shields fish and chip empire is celebrating its 100th birthday this year. Coleman's began life on South Shields Beach before moving to Ocean Road in 1926. The family-run business, which is now in its 5th generation, has 3 restaurants and employs around 100 staff. They're marking their centenary with a fish and chip festival this summer.
Well, it all started in a small wooden shack on South Shields Beach. So, very humble beginnings, and from there we moved to our original site on Ocean Road. Just to see the history from 1926 to now is incredible, and to be able to kind of be a part of it and bring the business on with my brother, and it's a proud baton to hold.
Football now, and both Newcastle and Sunderland are in Premier League action tomorrow. The Magpie skipper Bruno Guimaraes could return from an ankle problem for tomorrow's clash with Brentford. While Sunderland head coach Régis Lebris feels his side are relishing the underdog tag as they visit league leaders Arsenal.
If we keep this mindset, we stay humble. We know that we have to be strong on our key pillars. Otherwise, the level is too high, and you get punished really quickly. And you play with freedom, because we can make mistakes, but at the same time we can create something, and it was the case so far.
Paris, Liverpool and Manchester City away for any team is away from home as well. All games being away in a really short period of time, that's a back off a 3-game, 6-day week. I think for any team that's going to be difficult. And in watching those games the scorelines look pretty bad, but I think the games were very different, all of them, and we have to protect the confidence of the players. We need the players to play these games with clear heads and feeling good about themselves.
In Rugby League, there was no giant killing by Workington Town in the third round of the Challenge Cup tonight. Although Town scored first, it was Super League side St Helens that ran away with it, scoring 17 tries. It finished Workington Town 2, St Helens 98. Will the miserable weather continue? Here's Jen Bartram with the answers.
Hello again, good evening. No big changes with our weather as we head through the course of this weekend. We are expecting it to stay fairly unsettled with a lot of cloud and some further outbreaks of rain at times, but there may be the odd drier, brighter spell. This is how we start tomorrow morning. A lot of showers across the northern half of our region, temperatures around 4 or 5 degrees. Now through Saturday morning, a slice of something a little bit drier before our next crop of showers moves up from the south, and as we head towards Saturday afternoon, some of those showers will be quite heavy. Tomorrow's top temperatures though a little bit milder than today, 8 or 9 degrees, and that wind will be lighter as well. Into Sunday, it's going to be a misty, murky start with some further showers. They should clear, and then something a little bit drier by Sunday afternoon with highs of 11 degrees.
A little let up on Sunday. That's how things are looking this Friday night. Our next update is just after 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon from the late team here. Good night and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.